And then, as you see, his arms are a little difficult to move. See how he kind of twists whenever I try to move him? That's why I hold his head down whenever I go to move his right arm, because it's kind of sticky. And you also want to check for how well it sticks to the base plate. Like him, I can pull him off pretty easily, and that's what I want. I don't want somebody that mega sticks that I can't get. I have to pry off. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Just like this. See, it's actually pulling on the base plate, and I have to either pull off or tilt him off. But I'd rather just have a minifigure that's easy to move, so that makes my animation, my entire animating process easier. So we're going to focus right now on him, and he is starting here. I'm not going to show you a preview what this looks like at the end of the animation sequence, because this is the walk cycle I use for every single one of my movies. One of the newer, any of the newer ones, from Resident Evil to No Soda to Resident Evil Survivor Story 2. I use that walk cycle. I actually learned that. First, you take your minifigure. It doesn't really matter which leg you start on. I always start with the one that's closest to me, so I'd start with his right leg, sorry. So, you know what? I'm going to do that real slow. Here's how I'm going to do this. Okay, I take him, okay, and I will lift his leg up. And you don't want to have it sticking super high so it looks like he's trying to kick somebody in the face. See how it is like that? You don't want to do that. If you have it up high like that, I just push the leg down until it comes like the V section of the foot will be in between studs. That's basically what I was trying to show you. So move the camera back a little. Okay, so you take Monkey Jam and you click capture. So that gives you one frame. Next, I lean him forward. You don't want to have him like this because it looks like he's trying to fall. You kind of want to have him in between. So what I do, I put him like this, and then I lean him, I bend him backwards, and I have to kind of lean him just right, so he kind of looks like this. As you see, his right leg is not completely in the stud, and his left leg's not completely in the stud. He's kind of wobbling in between. He's not set in the stud, but yet he's not falling over. Take another frame. And next, you just plant his dominant foot, whatever foot you're stepping with, down, and that'll do that. And then take a frame, and then turn him back to neutral position, like that. And then you just have to repeat the process for however long you want him to go. Click, 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 and click. Okay, so that's pretty much the walk cycle. And if you wanted somebody to turn around, if he was standing like this, and you wanted him to turn like this, or completely around, here's what you do. Okay, you have to take a frame in his neutral position, which is like that. Okay? And then you lean him, you kind of lean him over, not so he's falling over, just so he's, look like he's leaning a little. Take a picture. And then you twist him, so he's to the stud diagonal of him. So see how he's kind of like on the edge of this one stud. So put him like that, like this, and then take a picture. And then if he's probably gonna fall over. But then put him like this. Take a picture because he's just about in the position, but he's still leaning. So we have to get him back to normal. He's rising over the studs, rising on the studs a little. Then you take a picture, and then press him down all the way. And that's how you make him turn around. Now, lastly, is running. Running proves to be, even for me, a little difficult at times, because it takes balance for the figure, and you have to know how to put them just right. To run, you take your figure and snap a picture of him in a neutral position. Well, after that, you have to lift his leg up like he's going to kick somebody in the face, kind of like that. Okay? And you take a picture. And then this stud where he usually kind of pivot his foot a little, you're going to completely skip. So you're going to skip that stud and just lean him just so he stays up. See, he's falling over here. There we go. See how he completely skipped one stud? He goes, if it would be number 1, 2, 3, it would go 1, skip 3. That's how he'd look. And then next frame, you just plant his foot down. And then instead of returning to the neutral position, you don't want to do that. You just continue to the next foot. There we go. The next foot, and he would just keep going. Okay. That's pretty much it for the running, walking, turning around, and basic animation. And let's see, anything I forgot to go over? I told you how to walk, I told you how to run, I told you how to turn around, I told you how to build a set, I told you it doesn't need to be freaking huge. Oh, I almost forgot. Cameras. I get a lot of questions about this quite often. In my personal message box, I always go on and say, oh, this person wants to know what kind of camera I use. And I tell people I personally use the Creative Webcam Instant. I bought this webcam year and a half ago. And I went on the website today. Yeah, I went on today after I got home from school. Which I just got home from school about an hour ago. But this specific camera here is it's classified as end of service life. So you can't get customer support for it. You can't send it back anymore to get it fixed or anything. So basically, if you got this camera, you basically have to know how to fix it and how to do it right. So other webcams I recommend you use, I really don't know specific names of webcams. You can use, trying to think, other webcams you can use. Well, I recommend it has a decent resolution. I also recommend that it has its own settings, so you can go in and change the brightness, hue, sharpness, and everything. So you can adjust it. Even if you have way too much light, you can darken it down in Monkey Jam. I'll show you how to do that after I'm done. And after you're done with that, it would look really decent. You can also use digital cameras, which can hook into the computer, and they would also classify as a webcam. You can also use a camcorder. I know people sometimes use camcorders for some reason to take stop motion films. It's not recommended, but you can still do it. Overall, I recommend you do get a decent webcam. It doesn't need to be expensive, maybe like a $30, $40 webcam, which I got this one for free because my uncle gave it to me. So this one came with preloaded software. But if you're having any problems, because I know my computer crashed, I almost forgot to say this. If you haven't noticed, I'm on a new computer. I got a new computer for my room that I bought. But the one in the kitchen, where I always film everything, my PSP tutorials and everything else, the computer crashed out there, and I don't have the disk for it. So I had to go download a whole crap load of stuff, like drivers and everything, just to be able to have it load up. But I had a big problem with it trying to get it on Monkey Jam. If you have any problems like that, please let me know. I'll try to address them as best as I can. But I'm not 100% sure if I can solve everybody's problem. Because I know a decent amount about computers and how they work and everything, but I don't know everything. So if it's a simple problem you can't figure out, you can always message me. I always check my YouTube a couple times a day. Even at school, I'll go on and check my YouTube, make sure nobody's having any problems. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say today.